Welcome to the deep dive. You ever look at a stock chart and almost feel like it has a personality?
Yeah, absolutely. Some are steady, some are, well, wild.
Exactly. So today we're jumping into Miss Mansi's Trading Tip 29. It's all about getting a feel for a stock's character just by looking at its chart.
Right. And the mission here is basically to unpack what she means by character and, why you might want to pay attention to it.
Okay, let's get into it. This idea of character on a chart, Miss Mansi talks about one type first.
The ones that steadily go up.
Right. So what does that actually look like if we were looking at a chart now?
You'd probably see a line that's consistently moving upwards. Like, think of a gentle slope, maybe.
Okay, a slope, not straight up, but
No, not straight up. There'll be little dips and rises along the way, minor fluctuations.
uh,
But the overall picture, the trend, is clearly steadily climbing.
sort of reliable, predictable movement then.
Yeah, you could say that. Often happens with, say, bigger, more established companies. Less drama.
Gotcha. Okay, the steady eddies. But then she flips it, right?
Yeah.
Talks about stocks that also go up, but in volatile fashion.
Oh, yeah. And this is where it gets, well, more exciting, maybe.
Hmm.
Or stressful, depending on how you look at it.
Uh-huh, right. How does she describe that kind of character?
She gives a pretty vivid example, actually. Something like 8% up, then bang, 6% down.
Yeah.
Then maybe 5% up, 4% down, then another jump, 7% up, followed by like a 5 or 6% drop.
Whoa. So not a gentle slope at all, more like a roller coaster.
Exactly. A roller coaster is a great way to put it. Really significant price swings happening pretty quickly back to back.
You see that more with like newer tech or maybe smaller companies?
Often, yeah. Sectors where there's a lot of news, speculation, things that can cause big, rapid shifts in sentiment.
Okay, so you've got these two different characters, steady versus volatile. What's the impact on the investor, the person holding that volatile stock?
Well, this is key, Miss Mansi says, and it's spot on. These stocks will test your nerves.
I bet. Seeing your investment jump 8%, then drop 6%,
Yeah.
that's got to be tough.
It really is. It can easily lead to emotional decisions, right? You see a sharp dip, you panic, maybe sell at the worst time.
Or you see it shoot up and get greedy, jumping in right before it drops again.
Precisely. That volatility plays on your psychology. Fear and greed can take over pretty quickly if you're not prepared for that kind of ride.
So it's not just about if the stock goes up eventually, but how it gets there. The journey matters.
Absolutely. The path it takes, smooth or bumpy, directly impacts your experience and likely your actions as an investor.
Which leads right into our main point, doesn't it?
It does. She basically says, look, before you buy any stock, check its character on the charts. Understand its usual behavior.
Do your homework on its personality, essentially.
Yeah, know what you're potentially getting into. Is it usually calm, or is it prone to these dramatic swings?
So why is this understanding, this character check, so important? I mean, if a stock's going up long term.
Well, it comes down to fit, really. Your own tolerance for risk, your investing style. If you prefer a calm, less hands-on approach, maybe you can't stomach those wild swings, even if the potential reward is high. It might just stress you out too much.
Right, sleep at night factor.
Exactly. But on the flip side, if you're maybe a more active trader, have a higher risk tolerance.
You might see those swings as chances to buy low, sell high.
Potentially, yeah. You might see opportunity in that volatility. It's about matching the stock's character to your own investor character, if you will.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So, wrapping up this quick deep dive on Miss Mansi's tip 29, the big idea is that stock charts show patterns, a kind of character.
Either relatively steady or quite volatile.
And knowing that character before you invest is pretty vital. It helps you anticipate the ride and align it with your own comfort level.
Couldn't have said it better.
Mm-hmm.
It's about knowing the typical behavior so you're not constantly surprised or stressed by its movements.
So here's something for you listening to think about. How does your personality, your own tolerance for ups and downs, match up with the different stock characters you see out there?
Yeah, what kind of investment journey are you actually prepared for?
Yeah.
Steady climb or wild ride?
Something worth considering before your next move. Thanks for diving deep with us.